So music, I was going through albums last time, and I was listening to some Beck, and really, they both have their. If I'm talking about Stereopathetic Soulmanure and Odelay, really, or even Midnite Vultures has some really great songs. But here's the thing, it really depends on mood. It really does. I find that Stereopathetic Soulmanure has it's more acoustic and it's more low tech. It's when he was first starting out, or at least early on. It's not it's around the 1 foot in the grave sort of time period, and it's full of brilliance. It's full of brilliance, and really the only difference is his newer albums. I'm going just as far as Midnite Vultures. It's the same feeling. It's not like he's lost his passion, or as far as I can tell, his passion, or I'm going to use that word brilliance again. But he just has better technology, or better studio equipment. So yeah, I mean, he's evolved, I'm sure, as a musician, but also it's very much a reflection of better technology. There's a big difference between using very low-tech stuff and then having the funds and the equipment, in the studio, better studio, I'm sure, and all that stuff. So, I guess my point is, it depends on your mood. If you want a more polished, more funky stuff, go with Odelay or Midnite Vultures. If you want more, it's almost like more heartfelt, bluesy, then you want 1 Foot in the Grave or Stereopathetic Soulmanure. Things like Corvette Bummer, really great song. I just listened to that in the car wash. I gave my car one of those automated car washes where you have to drive a little bit forward and then stop and then wait. And, the liquids get splooshed onto your car, and then all that stuff. So my point is, I was listening to Corvette Bummer and Hot Wax, different albums, both really, really great. And, I also listened to Painted Eyelids, such a great song. I love the last line of Painted Eyelids. Oh, so like beautiful and heavy and delicate and just complex and simple and just wonderful. So wonderful. But yeah. So Beck, like the Beatles, Beck is diverse. He can he has that sort of, he goes through phases of different trying different forms, different techniques. It's almost like a poet who tries different structures, right? He'll try a villanelle and he'll tweak it, and then he'll try a sonnet, and then he'll tweak it, and then he'll try it's great because you can tell that he's exploring, but it's a genius exploring with the form and the technique and the style and all that stuff. So, but like the Beatles are the same way. They were geniuses exploring, sort of pushing the boundaries. Same thing with Skinny Puppy. Remission is very low tech compared to their later ones, and something like Last Rites or some of the later ones, or Rabies. They're different. Not only are they maturing as musicians, they're again, these are the same. These guys started with even older technology and sort of progressed with the technology. They had more toys to play with, to brap with. I don't know what I think I've seen brap sort of used as a word in more recently. I don't know if those people have the same definition of brap as I've sort of come to know throughout the years. And basically, brap was made up by Skinny Puppy. Essentially, it's just getting high and making music. They would brap their brains out. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen that word a couple times, and I don't know if it's a riff, if it's similar to the same term or not. But anyways, Skinny Puppy, they fall under the same sort of category there as geniuses who explored and really pushed the boundaries. Survival. There are a lot of Bob Marley albums that are great, but I really think Survival is the best one. So many great songs. Zimbabwe is one of my favorite Bob Marley songs. So is Africa Unite. But again, there are other albums that are really great, other songs that are really great. But then again, there with a lot of many different artists on this way. But I really love one song from this album, one song from that album. Like Revolution's a great song, and so is Bad Card is a really good song. Just a lot of good songs. But Survival's great because they're like those songs that I really love. There are a bunch of them. It's not. I mean, there are at least a few of them. I can't give you the full track listing, but I know Zimbabwe and Africa Unite are on there. Well, so is Survival. Survival's a good song too. So it's a really great album. If we're talking about albums again. Paul's Boutique, amazing album. That album is so great. Yeah, a lot of waivers today. That's good. That's nice. It's a beautiful day. A lot of people in good spirits. I know that this winter was rough for me. I'm sure it was rough for a lot of people. Survival for Bob Marley. That's probably pretty definitive. I'm not so sure about other groups like the Beatles or Skinny Puppy or Beck. But I'm pretty sure. Not that there aren't other great albums or great songs, but Survival just does it for me. Yeah. So The Wall is a great album. It really is. I don't know. You tell me. What are some albums you really love? Now I'm trying to think of the ones that, from start to finish, every song is pretty great. And even the ones that I'm mentioning, there might be a few songs that aren't as great as some of the other ones. I mean, it's hard to sustain greatness throughout an album, but these are pretty darn good albums.